Hey everybody, Jeff Oriema here. If you've been paying attention to AI tooling lately, you've probably noticed a growing preference for Markdown. Documentation projects are publishing raw Markdown. People are adding LLMs.txt files. Coding agents often prefer to retrieve Markdown instead of scraping a website. Why? Well, let's compare two versions of the same content. I have a simple documentation page rendered as HTML. On the other side, I have the exact same page in Markdown. Notice that the information is almost identical. There's a heading, a paragraph, a list, code block, so on and so forth. But the HTML has tons of additional tokens. There are divs everywhere, class names, IDs, data attributes, accessibility attributes, script tags. None of that changes the meaning of the information provided. It's there to help a browser render a user interface. A language model, though, reads words, or rather, tokens. So if I'm building an AI application, and my goal is simply to communicate the contents of this page to a model, every one of those HTML tags is competing with information that I actually care about. In other words, it's bloat. That docs page I showed earlier is powered by React through the Gatsby framework. In my opinion, it's a really nice looking and readable piece of content when rendered. But the HTML, the raw HTML, contains about 284,596 tokens total. The Markdown representation adds up to about 3,241 tokens. That's 2 orders of magnitude difference, and every token costs us money and consumes context. Now, this doesn't mean HTML is bad or React is bad. HTML, though, exists for browsers to render. React exists for developers to deliver that HTML. They're solving different problems. AI is now another consumer into that system. That's why we're seeing interest in Markdown, LLMs.txt, and other plain text formats and standards. They're the more efficient representation of the same information for a new category of consumer. Interestingly, you can approximate how the agent sees your content. Just look at the code, the unrendered code. Is it easier to find information visually in the raw, unrendered HTML? Or is it easier for your eye to find information in the Markdown version? Now you're seeing like an agent, so to speak. And it's clear to see why Markdown is preferable for those consumers. If you're looking for practical guidance, the most complete resource I'm aware of is the agent-friendly documentation spec. It's an open standard with a CLI that can audit your website. There are examples, best practices, and concrete guidance that pertain to HTML, Markdown, and other best practices. Now, it's geared toward documentation sites, but a lot of the advice is applicable to marketing pages and other types of content. I'll link to the agent-friendly documentation spec in the video description. How are you managing different content types in production today? Leave a comment, let us know. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help support the channel. That's it for now. See you next time.